The Thurgoona Men's Shed is a not-for-profit volunteer organisation with a focus on men's health and well-being. As a member of the Australian Men's Shed Association, we adopt its motto of shoulder to shoulder. In 2013 we established a shed in the double garage of a farmhouse provided by Charles Sturt University, and we could see we were rapidly outgrowing the facility. So in 2016 we moved to a privately owned property and began operating on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday mornings. The property was purchased by the Albury City Council in 2017 and leased to the Thurgoona Men's Shed. Again, we could see we were going to outgrow the facility quite quickly, at that time the membership of 51. A grant from the Albury City Council for $180,000 enabled the redevelopment to start in 2018, with new woodwork and metalwork shops being opened in 2019, and at that time with a membership of 80. Through negotiations with the Albury City Council, the Albury Women's Shed, also a member of the Australian Men's Shed Association, was able to move to Thurgoona location and use the council facility with the Thurgoona Men's Shed, but on different days. The Albury Women's Shed, using their motto of Together We Can, commenced using the facility in 2019 with a membership of 14, operating on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Activities include craft work, a fair bit of talking, woodwork, metalwork, gardening, quite a bit of drinking coffee and socialising. Training sessions are offered, and also educational programs are run by guest speakers or members of the shed. Project work raises much of the income needed to cover the running costs. For example, the building of the nesting boxes for birds and animals, the holding of our annual Christmas raffle, this being a typical first prize for that event, the running of barbecues at community events, the manufacture of furniture, the repair of furniture, production of toys, and completing projects for members of the public. Obtaining funds through grants is essential in supporting the operations. For example, the $180,000 grant from the Albury City Council to redevelop our workshops, also assisting with a $6,000 grant for the installation of our solar panel system, and a further $17,000 to assist with the installation of air conditioning in the shed. A grant from the New South Wales Community Development Program of $20,000 enabled the installation of a 250,000 litre rainwater tank. Recycling of material is an important focus of the shed, and here we see material used for the production of projects, and this one, for example, the roller doors, together with the old truck mudguards, converted into raised garden beds. The remodelling of an antique railway worker's shed into a gardener's storeroom was much appreciated by the gardeners, who produced much healthy organic food for members of the shed. The use of scrap timber converted into kindling wood, the remodelling of unwanted large pallets into custom-made ones to enable a local business to send their products around Australia. Community projects is also important for us, and here we see a badly damaged trailer from the bushfires, lovingly restored and returned back to the Corrion Men's Shed. Redevelopment and expansion of the shed continues, and here we see an old Atco hut being remodelled, reconstructed to form our new office and administration building, completely furnished with second-hand material donated to us by business houses in the city. Support from the Albury City Council has been outstanding. For example, the grants that I've already mentioned, the purchase of many of our large picnic table sets, and of the hundreds of bollards that you'll see around the city. Current membership is 64 in the Women's Shed and 102 for the men's shed. The future is bright, I feel, and we'll continue to grow from strength to strength, shoulder to shoulder, and remembering that together we can.
Hi, I'm Penny. I'm one of the Half Waste educators, and we're out at the Smart Centre today, and it's designed to have all of our education sessions out here. We can hold workshops, presentations, and we run tours at the Albury Waste Management Centre. Our Smart Centre is available for people to come out and do education, whether it be school groups or community groups. Community groups can even hold a meeting out here. We have a beautiful location. It doesn't smell, I promise, and it's just a wonderful space to find out what happens to your waste locally. So schools can come out here in their class groups and learn about how to use their bins effectively, where waste goes if it doesn't go in the bins. They can look at a whole range of materials and find out what they can be made into and what they're made out of. So the students can come and do the waste breakdown timeline, where they learn about how long it takes for materials to break down within our environment and why it matters. We've got an insect hotel, we've got a sub pod for all our organic waste to be made into some beautiful compost, and we're going to build on some new sustainable items out around the Smart Centre so you can come, have a look and enjoy.
Welcome everyone. Today's message is coming from our waste facility here in Lavington. I'm with Andrea Baldwin, who's our team leader of waste, and we're going to talk to you about what we do here at the Smart Centre and how you can come here and you can learn a lot about your waste recovery. Andrea, tell us a little bit about what's happening here and how this is going to help our kids understand where waste streams go.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, as you know, there's a fabulous education centre here, but what we're working on particularly at the moment is a workspace outside that can be a lot more engaging, and they can visually see what's going on in the site, but they'll also have interactive options to touch and feel and work out where things have come from and what they're turning into. And there'll be some undercover areas as well as just some fabulous adventure walk spaces that they can follow to find out what to do with waste and recycling.
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about what we're standing on here. This is recycled waste as well, isn't it?
Correct, that's right. So our paths, they're all made out of 25% crushed glass. So all the materials basically come from being recycled at some stage, and that material has been collected from our curbside bins, gone along to a local processor to be crushed, and then we've acquired the material to turn into a fabulous path.
So I know one of the real problem waste streams is polystyrene.
Yes.
A lot of our packaging is polystyrene. What are we doing here that changes that dynamic?
Yeah, well, we're collecting all of the polystyrene here from within the region and even more broadly. So we're getting interest from outside of that area. The aim is to stop burying polystyrene because it takes over 1,000 years to ever break down, and it's a useful resource to be turned into other items such as, you know, skirting boards, picture frames and kitchen cupboards. So why not bring it along to the waste management facility? We've got the opportunity to melt it down, export it, and it gets turned into something useful.
So in terms of waste streams, polystyrene's a tricky one, but what other tricky waste streams are we dealing with that people can bring up here and we can use and recover, and we can send it somewhere where it'll have a positive outcome?
You'll find that we can recover a lot of the items that are here already. We really do need the community to help us to separate it. That's the key. Not so much tricky items. You'll find that we can process a lot of materials, so whether it be, you know, your mattresses, your soft furnishings, your TVs, your computers, you know, glass, aluminium, clothing, cardboard. We're also taking furniture that you don't any longer need, and we can reuse that back in the second-hand shop. So not so much tricky. The real key for us here now is to continue to separate, and then we can find homes for the products.
So it is our future. Waste is our future, and I think the staff and what we do here in Albury City regionally and across Australia is the first, and I think we're leading the way in that respect. So well done to the staff and everyone. Remember, key messages: separate your waste. When you come here, make sure you put them in the right spaces so we can have a future and your children can have a future. Thank you.